This is for you, Capricorn. Skywatchers should look up for yet another supermoon event, and that's going to happen on the 14th of the month. And it's also going to take place in the sign of Taurus the Bull. Now that's the natural second house of money and possessions. Also, this is going to activate the divine tone of I have, and so that draws to yourself everything that will bring creature comforts into someone's life. You'll feel that effect from it very potently, because this is going to be a closer supermoon than last month. Last month was an important supermoon, but this month there's going to be one that's even closer and more spectacular. And the light and the seeds from the moon that come from this supermoon are going to be more intense, and especially felt by those who have their moon in Taurus. So be aware of that. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. If you would like to contact me, you can visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we can provide you with information on our spiritual consultations, our psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. And we teach classes in Merkaba and angelic magic and various forms of simple magic, and forms that are even Enochian, but that's more for advanced people. And the Enochian information we give you here is more simplified, but still powerful. And the Enochian magic that we teach in our more advanced classes is extremely complicated, but very, very, very powerful. All right, now Saturn travels direct in the sign of Sagittarius, and that's going to be all month long, and that will affect you, Capricorn, in your natural 12th house of your spirituality, showing you a fresh way to convey the points you need to make, stating the facts that are the most important to you, the most important points that you want to make about your own life and your way of seeing things. You're going to want people to know how it is you perceive of things, and how it is you see things, and what you know to be true. It's going to be very important to you this month. All right, so be aware of that. This is especially true for deep internal spiritual values, long-held beliefs, and also worldviews and global concerns. They say to act locally but think globally. So that will become something even more important during this month and during all of the cosmological events going on this month. Now this is especially true for deep internal spiritual values, long-held beliefs, and the things that at this juncture enable you to understand and begin to work with your body of light. And that's very important, because that has to do with your inner and your outer self-assurance towards attuning your body of light to the higher angelic frequencies, as well as archangelic realms of limitless light that embolden you, as well as those whom you love the most. Okay, so your body of light is something that is able to be projected and able to be something that is able to perceive what's going on in the physical world. By projecting the body of light, you can actually be somewhere and be able to understand what's going on even in the physical realm. But that's a little tricky, because when you project your body of light and you try to perceive the physical realm, you're going to see it through your body of light. You're not going to see it with physical eyes. You're going to see it with spiritual eyes. So there will be some difference in how you perceive it. Now, people who have an easier time at projecting parts of their subtle bodies into physical realms to try to perceive what's going on. They're using their etheric bodies and their lower astral bodies and their etheric bodies because they're trying to get information from the physical world. However, the astral plane and the etheric planes serve to deceive, so they might not always be getting the exact right information. So just understand that. Now, the current journey of Saturn holds sway over everyone in the natural 9th house of life path, meaning be at your best this month without allowing too much hubbub from the ego. And I like to call it your ego matrix, because that's in your personality matrix and your ego matrix. Again, I like to refer to it as a personality matrix because you have to have a healthy personality and a healthy ego to function and then correct, so that that's what you're supposed to do. Allow the ego to expand and then correct it. It's something that is, it's always a process and always a work in progress. And because if you allow too many distractions from the ego without understanding that it's supposed to expand and then be corrected, then you get into a place where if you're trying to suppress your ego, you become someone who gets diverted by your ego. It distracts you from your own true good purpose. Serving others is your preferred path in life throughout this voyage of the Lord of the ringed planet Kronos, providing unfortunates a chance at attaining ascension into the elevated tiers of class structure. Become your own savior, become your own Messiah, and become your own healer, so that finally now the world teacher known as Maitreya, the Christ, will show up and declare himself as such. Get rid of isms, embracing with your heart and mind the entire human community, put here upon the planet Earth to be good stewards of the planet that we've all been instructed to care for by the Elohim. The Messiah, Maitreya, Kalki Avatar, all these they're all ascended masters, and they're different, but they all have a common frequency that they share of brotherhood. And they work in harmony together with each other and in unison with all humankind as teachers, not meant to be those that would try to push their way upon you, but would simply be teachers. And what they're teaching is good. Therefore, if what they're teaching is good, then we're going to see the logic in it. We're going to see the healing in it, and it's going to be something that we're going to want to not only emulate, but we're going to want to begin to live our lives according to that kind of structure. Any specifics of an individual chart containing alternate and progressing zodiac house assignments other than a natural chart would provide additional placements, but that would not negate the more general aspect of any personal astrological configuration. The planetary angel of Saturn is Cassiel, who is the speed of God, since Saturn was seen in the Chaldean order of the planets in their system of astrology as being the planet with the greatest speed when considered from the Earth. The Archangel Cassiel is known to be assigned by God to watch over creation without interfering. He is said to be a tearful and melancholy angel who spends eternity in solitude, who is present upon the death of kings. Saturn is known as God the Lawgiver, found in Genesis 2:16-17, and he commanded him, saying, of every tree of paradise thou shalt eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, let me say that properly, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat, for in what day soever thou shalt eat of it thou shalt die the death. Capricorn, this month Pluto continues in a direct transit through your sign all month long, influencing you particularly in your natural first house of self and appearances, bringing up your class standing and resulting clout. This transit affects everyone in their natural 10th house of social standing and fame, which is where you possess top-notch skills of persuasion. Folks need your feedback, really, this month, and that's because your talent in persuading others is imperative right now. Also, Capricorn, Mars continues to travel direct in your sign through the 8th of the month, affecting you in your natural first house of self and appearances and holding sway over everyone in their natural 10th house of their social standing and also their fame. We have an Enochian Angel prediction especially for you at the end of this video, so stay right here. Now let's see how your ruling planet of Saturn affects you this month, Capricorn. Your Earth Guardian Archangel Uriel speaks through to you from your Capricorn Astrology Archangel, who is Haniel. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Capricorn Zodiac Angel Haniel, who resides over the goat's cardinal Earth, and here are his messages for you in the areas of your love, money, and health. First, Haniel's love, rapture, and romance transmission. This is with the help of the mighty Archangel Uriel, who is the Earth Angel. Now, he rules over all of the Earth signs. And your teaching angel is Haniel, who's specifically your Zodiac Angel. Love and romance are easy for you this month. And they're easy for you, Capricorn, but also keep in mind that friendships and family might feel a little neglected. So make sure to spend some quality time with people that are your actual inner and true support system. Just check in with those people now and again, because the people who are your closest and best friends, co-workers, or members of social groups that you belong to, again, they might feel a little neglected. So you need to check in with them to make sure that they don't feel underappreciated or that you're taking them for granted, because you don't want that. Now for Haniel's money and wealth transmission. It's all about the money this month. And those that don't have any will be taking making a special note to sort of ask for a handout. Okay, so people that don't feel that they have are going to ask for freebies. And with this in mind, let's look at what the good book says about it. The Gospel according to St. Matthew 13:12. For he that hath, to him shall be given, and he shall abound. But he that hath not, from him shall be taken away that also which he hath. So this is from the New Testament. So the New Testament is also saying that if you don't have it, more will be taken from you. If you do have, more will be given to you. Now, this isn't saying necessarily in what area, but the things that are most important to you, pay attention to those things. And that's what it means. Okay? Now for Haniel's health and fitness transmission. Again, with the help of the Earth Angel, who is Uriel. Health and fitness responds well to sticking to your routines, your daily disciplines that you've set up for yourself, but this is a time when you should indulge in some light workouts or short walks or jogging. In other words, this is a month to perform easier disciplines, which will actually improve your performance in general. So this is a time when you don't need to push so hard that everything falls off the shelf. In this particular area of your health, which is Capricorn, it's easy for you to be healthy. So this is a month to not neglect your health habits, but it's a month to go easy on them for this month. All right. Now, for this month's Enochian Angel prediction, path working should include working with superior angelic realms, especially the main four archangels who are guardians over the four winds, being Raphael, who causes the warm, moist winds of the east, Michael or Michael, who causes the hot, dry winds of the south, Gabriel, who creates the cool, wet winds of the west, and Uriel, who produces the cold, dry winds of the north. Now, disclaimers in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Now remember to chant your divine tone of I use, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of utilizing and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Capricorn. Okay, now for the calculations for the ephemeris for Eastern and Greenwich Mean Time. It's important to note this month, very important to note that Eastern Daylight Time will be in effect until November 6th of 2016 when Eastern Standard Time begins. Okay, the full moon is on the 14th of November 2016 at 8:51 a.m. 22 degrees Taurus, 37 minutes. That's your supermoon. Again, this supermoon is closer than the one last month, and this one's on the 14th. So again, this one will be more intense. The moon stimulates the Hebrew letter Kof, which is back of head. That's the subconscious mind. So be aware of that. People are going to be acting more eccentric. Although there could be a lot of healing that takes place too, and especially in the financial areas, because this is in Taurus, and that's money and possessions. That's a natural second house. Now the new moon on the 29th of November 2016 at 7:18 a.m. at 7 degrees Sagittarius, 42 minutes. For Greenwich Mean Time, we have the full moon on the 14th of November 2016 at 1:53 p.m. 22 degrees Taurus, 38 minutes. Again, that's your supermoon. So people will be eccentric, but they could also heal, especially that natural second house of money and possessions. The new moon on the 29th of November 2016 at 12:19 p.m. at 7 degrees Sagittarius, 43 minutes. Thank you for joining us. And stay tuned, because next month we're going to have our Christmas special. It'll be fun for you. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you soon.
You can have anything you like. It's your fantasy.